Hey, what's going on? It's Mitchell Wilderness Games. Today we're going to do some more work with the Donkey Kong. Stay tuned. Alright, so I have a X-Acto knife. Should watch out for my toes. I'm not wearing socks or shoes. If I drop it, that won't be good. Alright, we're good. Everything's recording. I'm going to take the control panel off. This cabinet from the previous owner was the Formica on the outside was all sanded down. It had the light gun attachment, and it was installed incorrectly. It seemed like somebody drilled through and put it right on the wood cabinet where it's actually supposed to be floating on the control panel underneath. This was installed correctly. So the last owner filled all that in. So that's all set. There's some pitting there, so I might put a little bit more Bondo on there. And also there's two holes for the coin lock, you know, like the lock over it, coin door. So I'm going to fill those in eventually, but before I do that, I'm going to cut a piece of that paint off on the inside. Dude, Ryu and Ken are like Hadoukens over there like crazy. So on the inside right here, there's also another piece back there, which is used as extra strength for underneath the monitor, because the monitor is right above there. That's the shelf for the monitor. I'm going to have this analyzed and color matched, so I think I'm going to grab from that back rail. Hopefully that's good enough. I don't know if it is. Whoa, dude, the blade just came out of this thing. Might have to get a real knife. These X-Actos are kind of not the real thing, you know? Cut it off. Hopefully it's in one piece and looks okay. If this piece doesn't work out, I'll just cut another one. It is what it is. Cracked right in the middle. I don't think I want to use this. And it's a good piece, but has a crack in the middle. I don't know. I don't know how those scanners work at the paint shop, you know? Like will that crack cause it to give, you know, two different shades because it won't reflect light evenly, right? I think that's how that works, because like it's gonna shoot light on it, and if it has an angle, then the white balance will be off. It has to be completely smooth for the color. Because like if it was facing away, if a piece was cracked and slightly angled down, it's gonna look darker. If it's facing up, it will look a little darker, you know? I don't know. Like it'll be a different shade. I mean, it is what it is, you know? I mean, might as well try to get the best I can. Then I'll save the code. Oh, I got it this time. Thanks to my knife, baby, yeah. I designed this knife. This one, I decided to take my knife and I went underneath and I carved underneath it deeply. And then I just went all the way until it just popped out. This isn't real wood, it's just all laminate, you know? It's just plywood. Nintendo Blue, man. Yeah. There it is. Alright, so now that this thing is kind of front and center, we can really dig in, get some work done. I just went to the paint shop, I went to Lowe's, and I had them replicate the paint from that chip that I cut off. There it is. There's the code. So I've got that, I've got paint. I also picked up, I got it in satin, the cheapest kind they had. You know, I mean, these things get banged up. I'm not gonna spend crazy money. No VOC, very low VOC, so that's good. And it's not like super latex, because I can't stand latex. It has latex in it, but it's not complete latex, because I've had like stuff that I've painted, I could just peel off the latex, you know? Latex is junk. Anyways, Valspar, satin, simplicity, 0 VOC paint. It has primer built into it, paint plus primer. But I bought primer anyways. So I'm gonna prime it before I paint it, because this thing is a mess. It is brutal. Tons of repair jobs, and not the last owner, but because the last owner was my buddy, and he got it like this. So, so the owner before, I believe, which is a friend of his, did this. So he got it started, he just didn't finish it. So that's what we're gonna do. We have to fill this. I'm gonna go around, fill some stuff. Looks like he did some filling in here. That's good. I'm not going to paint the black, because I'm just not. I don't want to look factory. I just don't. It doesn't seem to be sanded. It's just, I don't think it's sanded, you know? He didn't sand the whole thing. It just has wear right there. And all the Nintendo cabs get that wear. Like, here's my other Donkey Kong cabinet right there, which has my Duck Hunt in it. They get that, you know? I don't care. I'm leaving it. If I want to paint the black later on, I can, but I really don't. I don't want it to look factory. So there we go. So there's a big Bondo piece. There's all sorts of weirdness going on right there. It's like swelling up. It's actually like it's bent out. That's bizarre. But she's rough. Okay, first is first. Some screws I'm going to put on the serial tag. It's not the right one to my cabinet, but my cabinet didn't have one when I got it. So I had to buy somebody else's. I guess they converted their Donkey Kong to something else. And that's that. There, it's tight. Yeah, they're a little bit bigger. This one was number 40,000. I don't know what number my cabinet actually is. And I'm not sure what number my PCB is, because I bought that separate as well. This is a mutt. I built it from parts. I have to look at my PCB to see if there's a weighted date. That I'm not really sure, but I think it's one of the last boards, you know, because it's a 14 TKJ4 14. Okay, that's settled. Cool, glad that's on there. Alright, next thing is I have to work on the monitor. The crossbar that the monitor is attached to, I didn't have washers that were the right size, so I like hacked together like a bunch of washers. So it was crazy. I just layered them in, put in several of them to span the spot, and that's not correct. Hopefully that will fit through the washer that I bought. Yeah, kind of fits. Sort of. Not really. Maybe I can. Should be a little bigger, honestly. Oof, that's rough. I don't know if it's gonna fit. They seem to be the right size for the hole, because it's a very large hole. All right, I'm gonna have to modify those. Clamp it. Do everything exactly the same. Give everything a chance to cool down. Okay, just clean it out. Flip it over. That one went much easier. Oh, spoke too soon. There we go. There we go. Not too shabby. Taking off the burr. Making sure everything is smooth. Here we go. It's not too bad. Okay, so here's the next day. So it's all dry. Here's the before. I don't feel like using the wrenches I have in my truck, so maybe I can just do this. That's all set. This is where my washers would go. Yeah, this is what I used. This is for tension, and two that are you know, not big enough, too small for that gap. Okay, my board set's right below me, so I gotta be careful here. Alright, this rail should lift out. Now the L brackets can be removed. So all the carriage bolts have been removed, all the hardware inside is gone. Our next job is to remove the speaker. Be very careful not to touch the paper on the inside. Touch the speaker itself. Slowly back it away. Okay, I'm gonna put it magnet down onto the wood over here. Okay. So I don't want to put it the other way down because then it will be baffled down, paper down. That's terrible. So I'm going to be painting right here, right? Going to be rolling right here. As I do that with the roller, it's going to be spinning, paint's going to fly up. My control panel's already out, but I have art here, I have black, I have bezels, all sorts of stuff going on. So I am going to tape off the black here and here in a minute. But first I want to put this up. Really quick and easy, simple to do. This is going to be a little tricky. You still with me? You guys dig this stuff? Like working on arcade machines? I don't want to go too fast because when I painted really fast in the past, it just kind of like sprinkled off. Like when you're riding your bike in the rain, how the tire like just lets loose, sprinkles everywhere. Gonna go off the edges. I wish this Nintendo was original, you know, the paint was like painted by Nintendo of America. That'd be awesome. But it wasn't. It's already sanded and messed with, whatever, so it is what it is. I'm a very kind of original kind of guy. So this is a little hard for me to do. But I think it's for the best. Because like when something needs to be repaired, like you need to repair it, you know? That's also my motto. It's kind of like keeping a classic car going, you know? Sometimes you gotta work on it. Even though those you almost never want to put new paint on. Original paint is very important. That's how I feel like with arcades too. That's why it's kind of hard for me to do this. I didn't tape off the black base at the bottom. I have to rebuild the base because it's literally missing a whole side. Whole piece of wood just gone. So I'm gonna paint it black when I rebuild it because I'll have a fresh piece of wood that has to be sanded and painted anyway. So.
I need to go downstairs.
Okay. All right, that side has got its first coat of prime. Let's keep going. I'm gonna paint this side and have my kids help me, and I'll get back to you.
We are kids.
Yes, you're my kid.
And I am.
Yes, you are too. Alright, so that side is primed up. Me and my girls just did that. There they are. And so now we need to do the front. So the front is going to be using the brush to get into the
roller too.
the angles, you know, real tight, and then we'll do, you know, obviously use the roller for the large sections.
I think I see an area where we might need the brush up under there.
Yep, exactly.
Perfect size, literally. And the brush is about that size too.
What about,
So it's perfect.
what about the roller? Oh,
I know.
this side.
Yeah, the roller.
That's a
might
good
be
spot for the
pretty
roller, yeah.
good. Yeah.
Anything for you. It'd be better for you really to do the rolling on the side than here. So we have to be very careful with you doing it over here. So, alright, so now hold it with me.
No, I don't want
We
to.
need to go
I can do it by myself.
You're going to. When you go single direction,
I will.
right here, and go down.
I will. I will. I will.
And go down. And go down. Okay, you got it?
Got it.
Yeah, like I'm doing it a little bit slowly.
Do a little. Okay, it's all primed. First coat. I was real careful with the speaker grill. Not too bad. So I'm definitely going to put several coats on. Alright, I'm gonna let this dry and I'll get back to you. Okay, so it's just dried. Second verse, same as the first, right? Just going to put some more on it. It's dry. Alright, that concludes the second coat of prime on the sides. 2 coats is not enough for the front. I'd use a lot of brush and it just doesn't look as good. It looks thin. I can still see the blue underneath, especially on the edges, and the details just aren't there. It just doesn't look good in the front. So I'm going to do a 3rd coat on the front right now, and hopefully that will be enough, and then I can start moving on to blue. Okay, 3rd coat, looking good now. So we're going to let this set up. I'm going to crack out that Nintendo blue. We're going to bring this cabinet where it needs to go. Looks great.
This the exact color for sure.
Looks really good.
Wait a minute. Do you know what I just realized? That white, the cabinet, you painted the cabinet white, and that towel was white. So when you put that paint on it, it's like the paint. So pretend that the white's the cabinet. So it will look the exact color that's on it.
That's correct.
Just realized that.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yep. That's pretty.
All right. And away we go. I'm just slowly working my way across. Not putting a lot of down pressure, just putting a little bit of
Gently,
pressure.
slightly across.
Gently. Then I'm going to go to the top one time to make that all consistent.
What's consistent? Daddy,
So it's uniform, so it looks even. It's starting to look good, man.
Oh, so it looks like you. So it looks like you did it like in one like stroke. Kind
Exactly. Yep. Get towards the edge.
Dad, I want paint. What? You do blue first?
Yeah. Now we're doing it blue.
Oh. I want to do blue.
Sure, you can do blue.
Oh. I want to.
I think you can do it blue.
What?
You can do it blue on the front, I guess.
No, she's gonna help on the side.
Okay.
I want the. I caught the roller.
I call the brush.
Alright, first side is all set for now.
Cheese. Annie. Hot. Cheese.
Man, that's looking good, huh, Sophie? Okay, this side's good. Now we're going to get to the front. Heck. I'm starting to get a little loopy. See if I have enough paint in here. Oh yeah. Yeah, man, it's starting to come together.
Daddy, how you doing?
Doing good. Just finished the front. Now I'm gonna let it dry. So both sides and the front. So yeah, I'm doing this as a celebration. Congratulations or something to myself. Celebration that I got my first kill screen, and actually 2 in the first week that I got a kill screen. And so I said, you know what? I'm gonna finally buy that paint I've always wanted. You know what? I'm gonna buy some T-molding. This game has treated me well. It deserves it. This cabinet deserves it. It's looking pretty good. Is that better? Oh, she's a beaut, huh? That paint's pretty spot on. Side by side with the other cab. Came out good. I like to use this kind. It's lavender scented, specifically on my cabs, my game cabs, because they're usually from, you know, a barn or whatever, and really nasty. They reek, or they could be from, you know, from smoke or from dust and dirt and just whatever. A little bit of blue coming off there. That's kind of scary, huh? But, yeah, you know, I get a game and it was in somebody's house and they were a smoker and the game reeks. It's just brutal. That kind of stuff. Never know, you know? I mean, my games, usually when I get them, because I buy poor scores, man. I buy games cheap. 100, 200 bucks, 300 bucks, that kind of stuff. And so they're kind of rough and ready. They're kind of rough and ready, so, you know, they usually reek and they have 3 inches of dust on everything and dead animals in them, carcasses hidden away, and who knows what else. I mean, really. Like, really. So, I like to use this lavender because it has a really nice smell. And after I get a game in, I clean it a ton, just to help it not smell. You know, I wipe it down like this. It always comes back like slightly black. It's just like no matter how many times you clean it, it always comes back dirty. And I clean it every night like this. I wipe down all the buttons, the control panel, the bezel, the monitor inside, the outside of the cabinet. I've already cleaned the inside of the cabinet. I do it every single night for like a week after I get a new game if it smells. And if a game is really bad, which my stalker was really bad, I put incense, you know, like an incense stick. I put incense inside the cabinet. So I open up the coin door and like put it inside there. Usually there's like a little shelf there on top of the coin box or something. And light it and close the door. And the whole cabinet just fills up with, you know, sweet smelling incense. The incense just, you know, just smolders and makes intense smoke. So that's how I work on the inside. I know there's like, whatever, ion machines and all sorts of gadgetry and stuff and whatever. Like, I get it. I'm sure there's lots of technology and things you can do, but I'm kind of a low tech kind of guy. I'd rather just bomb it with incense, you know, like twice in a week. Clean the outside of the cab like every single day for a week, even two if necessary, with this lavender stuff, and just keep scrubbing it down and get all the grime off of it, and the smell just literally goes away. You know, if you completely clean the inside and you completely clean the outside and you bomb the inside with smoke, you know what I mean? It's like you just wipe it down constantly with like lavender smelling spray, like the problem goes away. You know? Has a nice sheen to it. Has a nice luster. See that? Look at that. Puts a nice luster on it. Looks good. Whew, it's a lot of work. Done. Well, there she is, looking pretty good. Just took a couple nights. I had holes. I had to fill holes, Bondo it, and the Formica was already sanded by somebody previously. I would have had to do that ahead of time for the paint to stick to it because it's too smooth. It's like a plastic kind of surface ahead of time. Pretty happy with this. I already scratched it up, so whatever. It's got patina. The match looks really good compared to my other Donkey Kong. I mean, it's like the same, you know. And I didn't grab a piece of that. I grabbed a piece from the inside of this one, you might remember. So I expected it possibly to look a little different because the paint was matched to the paint inside here, and you know, it's obviously like very potential that unless they came from the same batch of Formica, which is like probably almost no percent, you know, the shades would be a tiny bit different, and it had to be analyzed and remade by the company, the whole bit, you know. I mean, whatever, it's not going to be exact, but it looks pretty close. So anyways, yeah, that's painting my Nintendo cab. It was pretty beat up. Now all that Bondo and all that madness was gone. It looks really faded and, you know, trashed out. So it looks good now. I just need to put all the carriage bolts back in. Probably take me like, you know, 15 minutes, maybe half an hour, making sure I get all the right pieces back in, secure the monitor, all that stuff. Won't bore you with that. And I'll be ready to go. next video is going to be putting on T-molding. This has been Mitch Wilderness Games. Thanks for hanging out, checking out this project of painting my Donkey Kong cabinet. Hope everyone's doing well. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.